Hey, what's going on YouTube? It is Mitch here and I am back with a daily video. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I got this message that just resonates with my soul, and I know this video is going to reach the people it needs to be reached. So before we get into it, feel free, if this message resonates with you, to hit the like button, leave some comments below, and if you are new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it all, growing the community here. So today's topic is why the average 9-to-5 job is not working for you anymore. I feel like I can go on about this topic for a pretty long time, but we are going to keep this video probably around 10 minutes or so. Just take up a little bit of your time. But the reason why the average 9-to-5 job isn't working for you is because you feel it in your soul. You feel it in your intuition. Each and every day you go to this job, you just have this knowing, you have this feeling that there is something better for you than the 9-to-5 job that you are working at. It's like each and every day, you just feel this tap on your shoulder. You may feel it in your heart. You may feel it in your stomach. Like, hey, I don't know if I am going to be able to do this until I retire. I know that there is something else that the universe has planned for me, that the Most High has planned for me. I just have to find what that is. Now, don't get me wrong. A good, steady 9-to-5 job is going to help you out. So just don't go ahead and quit your job. You have bills to pay. If you have kids, you have responsibilities to take care of. If you have a house, you have a mortgage to pay. So I'm not saying just go ahead and quit your 9-to-5 job. What I'm trying to really get at is if you have a calling, if you have this feeling, if your intuition is telling you there is something better planned for you, you need to follow that feeling. It's just like me and making these videos for you guys. I truly have a feeling that these videos are helping people that it needs to be helped. Matter of fact, some evidence. Last video, 2 videos ago, because I just uploaded one today, as right before I recorded this video. But 2 videos ago, I got just such a genuine comment from this lady, and she just put a smile on my face. It made my heart feel so big because the video resonated with her. And just to have that one person leave such a positive comment, it truly made my morning once I woke up and saw that comment, because I know that video had a purpose. I know that video reached the people that it needed to be reached. Hence why I'm inspired and motivated to make today's daily video. I have a feeling that I will be able to help a lot of people in the world accomplish things that they didn't think that they could accomplish. And that's why the average 9-to-5 job isn't working for you. Like, you just have this feeling. And the time is now to start going in the direction of that calling. Like, I currently work a 9-to-5 job. I get up at 6 o'clock every morning, don't get home till 6 o'clock at night. I'm training for my first marathon. I ran 8 miles last night after work. Had a nice dinner with my wife. We watched some TV and we got some good sleep. But I have found that I need to set goals for myself that rejuvenate me. And I think it's just because I'm blessed with a good spirit. I have a good head on my shoulders. I realize the situation that the universe has put me in, and I realize that the 9-to-5 job is not going to define what I do every single day. Like when I get out of work, I have so much energy because I put everything into perspective. And I have a good paying job. I do. And I'm very grateful and very blessed for it. But I know that I can help a lot of people via a YouTube platform. I do have feelings that I do want to be an author one day. That I want to write books that are going to help people in a positive way in their self-growth. And I know I'll get there one day. But if you are working an average 9-to-5 job that is just draining your energy, like you wake up in the morning and you just have this daunting feeling of going to work, this dread. 2 jobs ago, prior to the one I'm in now, I had that feeling every day because it was a negative work environment. So I've been there from real life experiences. I would dread day in and day out. I remember at that time I was doing so much meditation just to get myself right, to get into work. It sounds crazy, but it's true, and people are going through it right now as we speak. And I wouldn't make a video and tell you these life experiences if I didn't go through them. I would dread going into work. I would make it through the workday, and I would be so exhausted by the time I would get home. And that was not a life that I wanted to live anymore, so I left that work environment. But I was there for about 10 years. Because the line of work that I was in, I was able to help people in a fitness field. And that was the only thing that held me there, were the members to the gym. Because once I started teaching class, it was like every worry went away because I was allowing people to create their best self. And that was only for a few hours during the entire shift. But if I wasn't teaching, I was miserable. And I realized I couldn't live that life anymore. I realized it. You see it with people that make 6 figures. The amount of responsibility that some of these directors and senior staff and managers get put onto their plate. They've had enough. They would rather take a pay cut to have some peace of mind. Take a pay cut to have some peace of mind. To just be able to breathe some fresh air without having all these responsibilities and problems on their plate. Some people get paid really good, but the amount of stress that they endure on the daily is unhealthy. It's unhealthy. I wouldn't say 6 figures is an average 9-to-5 job, but the title of the video is going to be what it is. Recently, I've been coming around like warehouse jobs and people leaving warehouse jobs because of how bad the environment is. Like if you are around negative people for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, it is going to drain you unless you can put up like a spiritual force field and understand you are there just to do the job, and you don't let those people get into your energy field and drain you, then you're good to go. But that can be challenging for most. See, when I wake up, I put this invisible barrier around my energy. So no matter what happens during the day while I'm at work, I don't let it take away any of my energy. If there's a problem, we will problem solve and we will get it taken care of. But I don't let it get to me anymore. And that's just my mindset, my perspective. How would I be able to train for a marathon and go on these runs if I was drained? I wouldn't. See, what you have to do is, if the average 9-to-5 job, if your current job situation isn't serving you well, it is your responsibility to find out what you need to do in order to get out of that situation. If you want to be an author, start drafting rough drafts. Start writing. The pen is not going to pick itself up. The keyboards are not going to start typing. The ideas for your short stories, for your fiction novels are not going to just appear. You're going to have to put in that energy. And once you find that energy and start working towards those goals you have set for yourself, your inspiration levels are going to heighten so much that day in and day out, you are going to be so motivated to wake up, to get on with your day, that it's just going to be like you're living a new life. If you are working in a work environment right now that is not serving you well, realize it. If you responsibly get out of that work environment in a manner that's going to set you up for a new success, I guarantee you that company, that business, whatever it may be, is going to move on without you. When I left my job 2 years ago, or 2 jobs ago, last year, the business is still up. Their doors are open. People are still working out there. You may have this feeling that if you try to do something else, that it's not going to work out. That business or that company is going to spiral down or not make as many good sales and not have as high ratings for customer satisfaction. Well, you know what? It's on the company to fill your shoes. Maybe they should have treated you right. Maybe they should have gave you raises. Maybe they should have gave you promotions when you asked for them. When you were a worker that always arrived early, always clocked in on time, always put your best foot forward. That is up to that business or that company to fill your shoes. And if they don't fill them to what your value was, well, that's on them, because you got a life to live. You got things that are coming to you. New doors are going to be opening. See, we live in a world today that there are so many opportunities. And if you've been at a job for X amount of time and it's stunting your self-growth, you need to break through those barriers. You need to break through those limiting beliefs, and you need to realize that I am better than this. I have more to explore. Maybe you want to go on cruises. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you just want to live in the mountains, on the coast, and do your online businesses. Well, the day is today to start working towards that. Today is the day to start putting the pen to the paper and writing a plan. It's just like me in these videos. I truly feel in my soul that these videos are going to reach the people they need to reach. I am here to confirm to you that it is tough. It is challenging. It can be stressful. But when you reach a new level, when you elevate to a new height and look back and go, I made it. I did it. It feels so good. Maybe you're like me and you want to start a YouTube channel. And you want to help people go through life experiences that you've been through. You have stories that will help inspire people, help them get over mountains that they're climbing in their life. Then go ahead and say those stories, because those stories need to be told. For people that created businesses for themselves, share your stories on how you were at a 9-to-5 job that maybe wasn't serving you correctly, that you had this calling, you had this feeling. How did you write a best-selling book? I want to know. People want to know, because other people have those inspirations, those aspirations to do big things. So I just wanted to make this video, and I know this video, and I've said it a few times, but this video will reach the people it needs to be reached. I remember watching this one YouTube video, and the lady says, I don't do it for the views or the likes, because I know it's going to reach the people it needs to be reached. Just because you're starting to write a book and maybe your first book only sells 50 copies, those are 50 people that book impacted you. You don't have to sell 50 million copies in your first book. Your first video that you put out doesn't have to get 100,000 views. It's small steps that get you to the end. And when you get to the end, you start to rewrite and you make a new goal for yourself. You will gain traction. You will gain momentum. It's like the snowball analogy. I love it. Start with snowfall. You grab a little bit of snow and you start rolling it into a snowball. And you keep rolling and rolling and rolling. And next thing you know, you got a bigger snowball, and now you got a boulder. And that boulder gets bigger and bigger. But it started with that snowfall. And that snowfall never started, there would be no boulder. So if you realize your energy's being drained, if you realize your spirit's not feeling right, if you realize your daily habits are more negative than positive, it is time for you to make a change and make that change for yourself. If you have made it to the end of today's daily video, I appreciate you truly. Feel free to hit the like button, leave some comments below, and if you are new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It is all free. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.